What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a very sweetheart episode of the Careful Boys, where we want to dig into some Nick and Tiff high school stories.
Are we doing this for real?
We're doing this for real, dude. That sounds so interesting. You literally just blew our mind right now while we were just like recollecting on lame things in school that are just fun to think about now. And you're like, yeah, dude. When I was hollering at Tiff, and it's like, wait,
yeah, dude, that's crazy.
You actually got with your high school crush. That's like a lot of dream come trues. You know, like you always had that girl in class. You're like, man. You again, oh my god, you're gonna and you finally see her, and then you start talking to her. You get closer,
and it wasn't like even a bad choice. If anything, like she got the short end of the stick.
She for sure got the short end of the stick. I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, damn, bro, like she really up. She could have something way better.
I saw her IG stories recently. She got that like sick like bag. Yeah. Was that a Coach bag or anything?
Yeah.
Like Sarah Michelle Gellar or whatever. Like she's like styling stuff. She's like, can't wait to go like mash his belt. And there's a photo with you next to her, and you're just wearing like Crocs and like a fanny pack.
Like, what up? Because she's the star of the show. I'm supposed to be very understated, so you know you can't notice me.
Okay, that's good. I mean? That's good.
But then I make her look like shit.
Tell some high school sweetheart stories, dude. How the gameplay, the feelings, the butterflies.
Man, that was like a long saga, dude. Because we were friends for a really long time when we first met. Like, we were friends before we started, like, I was like, I'm gonna holler at this shit.
When did you, did you have feelings in the beginning, or was it friends and then?
Yeah, there's no way Nick was like, let me holler at this girl. Like, it had to awkwardly develop.
Like, when I first met her in, like, an advisory class where we, like, everyone just sits together and do, like, homework.
Peer counseling type shit?
Kinda. It's, like, 30 minutes. It's, like, in between second and third period. I forgot what it was.
Like a homeroom?
Yeah, it was like a homeroom. You just fucking work on, you tutoring or whatever, right? So we're sitting down, and I just remember talking to Tiff, and I just remember, you know, I was a sophomore, so I didn't really talk to that many girls. When I started talking to her, I was like, yo, this is just easy. I just remember feeling. I was able to make her laugh with my stupid, dumb joke. I was like, you know, trying to be funny and stuff.
Were you like, she looks like Selena? Yeah. I didn't know I liked Latina.
It wasn't even like that. It was just like, it really was like, yo, you're just easy to talk to. And this is just kind of natural. Like, it was just a fun rapport.
Like any other chicks?
Yeah, like I had like crushes on other girls, but it was never like nah. Like I was very picky. I'd be like nah. I was that dude, like nah, like her eyebrows are too close together or whatever. Like whatever the fuck. I always find something.
Did you, while you were just like being friends with her, have like a crush on another chick?
At that time when I first met her, not really. No.
Because I always had like 5 crushes at a time.
You a player, dog.
Like,
not really.
I remember thinking
I just liked a lot of people.
I remember when I was at that age, I remember thinking like, yeah, these girls are cute, but I just was like, I'm just trying to make friends. That was it. I was trying to make as many friends as I could, or just like, you know, try to be funny and shit, right? Try to like make people laugh or whatever. So like, because that's how I felt like it was easy for me to connect with people. So I was just trying to be cool and chill. But when I first she would always just hang around in my classes, so we didn't really talk much for a little bit, but every time I would see her, I'd always go out of my way to go talk to her, you know? And then eventually we just started...
Like out of your way, though? Like walk across the entire campus looking for her? Like,
no, not even.
Oh, hey, I was just walking this way.
It'll just be like, she'll sit at her table with her friends, and I knew a couple of her homies, like her core group of girlfriends, because I had classes with them. So I would just go sit down and like talk to them and just shoot the shit. And like we just naturally built a friendship with like her group of friends. But then, for a while, it was just like these group of girls I would just go kick it with sometimes. And then I would go talk to these dudes, and I'd go talk to the baseball team, and go talk to like the guys I played water polo with. It was just like, I would always just roam around. I could never, yeah, I just felt like I could never sit in one spot. But part of my routine would be like, I would go talk to them all the time.
So you're doing a full routine, befriending everybody just so you can have an excuse to feel like you're doing a stop by.
Like I just was like, yo, what up? And we just come kick it. And I think everybody kind of got along with each other. Like our age was different, where all the cliques got together. Like they were all cool with each other. So there was no like crazy beef or anything. Like, you know, some schools there's like, oh, fuck these fools. If I see you, I'm gonna fight, whatever. Like there was like that with other like older classes. But our class, for some reason, we're all very like, we were just cool with each other. So like fast forward to probably what? We were juniors. And this is when we had physics together and shit.
Ooh. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we got physics.
You sure you didn't have chemistry?
Actually, I think that was our senior year. No, that was our junior. That was our junior. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get that reference. I don't understand. So I would have physics with her, and this is when I was talking about how physics was just so hard for us because like we just weren't good at math, and I wasn't paying attention at all, and I'd just be fucking around.
Both of you guys aren't good at math?
She worked really hard at it, and I just was like, yeah, I don't know, dude.
Physics is fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, and I would just try to I would like study last minute and like pull off I was just always fucking around. And that class, I would leave to go to play sports. I would leave all the time. So I would like miss half the class a lot of the time. But anytime I was in class and there was like tutoring time, I'd always be like, hey, come partner with me. Like I'd be in my lab, and I'd always just sit next to her and offer nothing. I would offer nothing at all.
Did you want to copy my homework? And it's empty.
And I'd be like, and my buddy that sat next to me, his name was Efren, and he was really smart and he was really cool, and he would help us. He would tutor us, and then I'd like pretend like I knew what he said and try to like pass it on to her, and she'd be like, I'm still not getting the answer, and I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. So I was just a distraction. She got a bad grade in physics, probably because she probably didn't do that well because of me. Yeah. We gotta go to like extra tutoring hours and stuff.
That's dope.
But so that's how we first started like talking, and then I remember being like, yo, I really like this chick. But then she was like, she started dating some other dude from a different school.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she was like, we were a little group of friends, a little bunch of sluts, dude.
Yep.
Did you feel like she was stolen from you?
No, not really. It was just like, all right, whatever. And at that time,
So you already liked her, but she didn't know.
yeah. Well, like, yeah, I always kind of had like a thing for her, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever. All right, it's cool. She's talking to her man, whatever. And then I started talking to some other chick that I kind of liked.
Was she Latina too, or no?
She was like half Persian, half Salvi, which was like hella random. Yeah, crazy. And she was like a new girl from a different school that year, so I didn't know who she was. So I just started talking to her, and she was a friend with another mutual friend.
And you had prom king swags.
No, not even. I wasn't even none of that yet. This is like our junior year. We're not even seniors yet. And then I started talking to her, and then I told this story about how like I fell in love with this girl. It was like the first girl that I liked, and she liked me back, right? But then like we had nothing in common. We'd sit down, we would have nothing to talk about. And I remember one night we wanted to go hang out, and then like I like kissed her and stuff, and like we hooked up or whatever. And I just remember feeling like icky. I felt like,
He's like, am I gay?
yeah.
Why do you say hooked up like that?
Like we just like she wanted me to go over to like hang out or some shit.
Well, also back then, if you just like hardcore make out with somebody, it's like, yo, dude, we hooked up. But it's like, that's not.
I think she wanted me to like go. I think
all the way.
Yeah, and I just was like, I kissed her, and I just was like, nah, this ain't right. Like I felt like this wasn't for us. So then
hard.
No, it wasn't that. I felt bad. I felt like guilty.
You're doing
like,
something
I felt
wrong.
like
You were cheating on Tiff?
not even I was cheating with Tiff. It was just like I didn't like her like that.
Oh.
Like, I did, and then we went through something, and I just was like, nah, I don't think I like this chick. And I just felt like icky. So then I was like, nah, this ain't it.
What's her first and last name?
You're very
Scalpa?
like self-aware at that age.
I just remember feeling like I just didn't understand what I was feeling.
But it was wrong.
Yeah, I felt like I just was like, this ain't it. And I just
If my
removed
dick
myself.
got hard, everything felt right. So like I was such a fucking yeah.
The world felt right all the time.
This is once again, this is what happens when you're raised by women, man.
Maybe that's the thing, is I only had a brother and I didn't have girls around me. Yeah. So like my mind was so different.
Yeah, and I think at that time, I just looked at relationships differently too. And at that time too, like most of my friends I got along with were all these ladies, dude. I was like kicking it with like a lot of like lady friends.
Because you felt really comfortable with them, probably.
Yeah. I'm a very feminine spirit, right, Anthony?
I'm a very feminine spirit too.
That's why we like each other.
Yeah.
As friends.
As friends. I heard that helps like a lot with development when you grow up with siblings of the other gender. Because then like
a lot.
it's not such a mystery. Like if you don't have any brothers, like a girl that grows up with no any brothers, like a man is a mystery. Yeah. Especially if single mom, no father, right? So like they're just imagining what a guy might be like. But then if you grow up, like you see all the stages of a female from mom to
For me growing up too, like it was harder for me to make guy friends. It was harder for me to connect with boys and shit. Like where you could like go hang out and do stuff. It was always kind of a more of a struggle for me. And then I think for Tiff, I think another reason why we got along really well too is like she grew up with mostly boys.
Oh.
So like she could hear me say stupid shit all the time and she's not phased at all. She's just like, yeah, I'm just guys, you know. So I feel like we got along that way where we're a lot of ways we're opposites, and I think that's why it kind of worked out really early.
So she's the man of the relationship, and you're the woman. Yeah.
I cook and clean.
Cool. Do you still have a bunch of friends that are girls now?
No, not really. Like, well, I guess you could call the girls that train at the gym, they're friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like we have like. Yeah, we do actually.
It wasn't like, is it like a group that you used to hang out with like in high school?
It's usually couples. Like we're friends with couples, and like we're friends with the guy. Like our couples are friends in general.
So maybe growing up with sisters helped you become more emotionally mature quicker.
I think so.
I think,
Yeah.
or maybe there are emotionally mature guys. It's just I wasn't around that in
I think
high
it's
school.
easier when you grow up with a bunch of ladies who are just always telling you what to do all the time. I think it's just easier that way.
So when was the moment that like you stopped dating this chick, she stopped dating her boy?
So it was like beginning of senior year. This is like we're coming back to school again. We were talking like every day for the whole summer.
Right. While she was still talking to her man?
No, she wasn't. They were over the summer. So it was like I found out she was like, oh, I'm not talking. And I was like, cool. And we started talking like every day.
She explicitly wanted to share with you that she's not talking to her boy anymore?
I asked. I was like, what's up with this dumbass? This fucking dumbass.
How come you guys didn't kick it in the summer then?
You know the thing about when I first started dating Tiff, bro, she would blow me off like every fucking weekend.
Like how?
And always we'd have a date planned, and then this is the other reason why I really liked her though, is because I felt like I wanted a girl that was like really close with her family, you know? And like she would blow me off every weekend to be like, I'm sorry, like my dad needs me to do this for her, like because she worked with her parents all the time. Her mom was she would clean houses, so sometimes she would just need her like extra hands.
Yeah.
She needs to take her to work.
Yeah.
You know, like the dad needs her to do this, and it's
You
like
get to do any dates?
like, yeah, so a lot of the times, like, we would have dates scheduled, and she would cancel on me, like, a couple hours before, and I was like, I was like, this chick doesn't even fucking like me, bro.
Fucking doing this right there.
Yeah. But I think that's part of the dance, where it's like, if I knew I didn't really like her, and I knew it wasn't, like, worth it, I guess, I probably wouldn't have chased it.
You should have booked her mom for a house cleaning. Like, gotcha, bitch. Now you're at my house.
Like, damn, I can't pay you. Fuck.
Gotcha.
But I was such a little, like, I was like, okay, whatever. Okay, cool, whatever. I just wanted to kick it with her all the time.
Was there at any point, if that was happening to you, were you like starting to doubt
100%.
relationships?
Every
How did
day.
you get through that? Like, how did you?
Because I knew I was being a bitch.
Oh.
I knew I was like, you're just being a bitch ass. Like you're.
No, but if someone like blows you off like 3 times, you can't
Yeah.
help but go, I don't think they're interested.
Yeah, and I would tell her that. She's like, no, but I knew the reason, and I knew she was telling the truth. Like, part of me, part of me was like, I didn't think she was telling the truth, and I would like rationalize, like, oh, she likes other dudes. Like, you know, especially when you're young, you're creating all these stories in your
That's the
heads.
hard part to get through, because what if that like just keeps happening? You're like, shit, did I pick the right or the wrong person? You know? Like,
But then again, I knew who she was. Like, I knew her character because I'd known her for so long, right? And she just always would prove that, like, yeah, I'm out with my fucking family. Stop being an idiot, right? And then eventually over time, I was like, oh, I'm the problem. But, like, because she was consistent, it would make me, like, kind of build faith over time that, like, oh, I'm the one that is jumping to these conclusions. And I'm so used to, I just recognize this pattern of, like, me overthinking, me, like, about to maybe say something that was going to ruin everything, right? Just because I would be impulsive and just say, you know what, this is bullshit, I don't want to talk to you anymore, blah, 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 and then like hit send, right? And a lot of times I would like stop myself and be like, well, I know Tiff is not gonna handle this shit. Like, she's gonna look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're an idiot. Don't talk to me like that. Like, I'm literally with my family, you know, my family, what do you want me to do? Type shit. So it was like, just having those conversations to myself, I think was helpful. But it helps when she is consistent.
Do you remember when you finally went on the first date? And how you felt? Were you like, oh, yes.
I remember we went to like,
Go clean somebody's house?
yeah. No, I remember we went to Santa Monica. Because you know, when you first start dating somebody, you know like 3 things about them. I like the beach. I like to like hang out with
Especially
my
at
friends.
that age?
Yeah,
At
yeah.
that age?
I like to eat pupusas. So it's like, all right.
I like
we can
incubus.
do, yeah. So I'd like make a CD, right, with like a couple Incubus songs or like whatever. Like, oh, check it out. We share the same taste in music. You know, I would take it. We went to like Santa Monica and we just walked the boardwalk for a couple hours. You know, and we would just talk the whole time. And it was just like such gay cliche. Like, oh, it felt like we would talk and it would be like nightfall already. Like, oh my gosh.
That's the best though.
You know, but that's how it really is like that though.
Yeah.
Like it really was like that for us. But
did you guys like end up holding hands that night or
yeah.
or
Hell yeah, dog.
or were you guys just like
Hell yeah,
your
dog.
arms
Come on,
just
dog.
brushed like this and you're like, oh shit.
Or did you guys
I was mad nervous though.
hook up?
Nah, I was like super skittish, like I didn't want to make the wrong move. Because I think I told the story too.
What did you guys do? Did you guys just hold hands? Or
And I was super Christian PG-13.
like just dap each other up. That was a tight date.
Thanks, bro.
That's kind of sick. No.
Oh, too much. I would try to like kiss her and shit, and she'd be like, no, like she would kind of be like, oh, it's too much, and I'd be like, what the fuck, man? Like me, you know?
You went for the kiss on that date?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes during the first date.
Sometimes. Oh no. Well, like throughout that dating period of like we're still like kind of dipping our toes in, because bro, we were so like we had no idea.
How old
what
were
we
you?
doing.
Like 16 or?
17, because I think we were even young for our class.
Yeah.
So like we were still a year behind than everyone else. So by the time we were seniors, we were still like 17. Everyone else was like 18, 19 and shit. But I just remember being like, bro, we're so. But I think it was good that we went slow. But as a teenager, you're like, fuck, dude, I haven't even lost my virginity yet. You know, like I thought we were supposed to have sex already. Like that's literally what you're thinking when you're like 17 and like 16. But we just continue to take things really slow. Like, cause Tiff was just like, I'm not ready yet. But over time, it just kind of it would help, because then the fact that we actually like talking with each other and being with each other,
Yeah.
it kind of worked out the best way possible, because then like we didn't even like have sex till we were like 21, dude.
That's 4 years.
Yeah, we like
You probably still come fast.
did
Like within 30 seconds.
not even.
I
dude.
think it's the best way.
I think keeping it real old school, like Seventh Heaven style, I think is a good idea.
What opened up, or what changed that made you guys finally have sex?
Damn.
They both got too horny.
Huge.
Because for us, it slowly escalated.
if you guys didn't have sex and then all of us are doing, that's huge. 4 years later.
yeah.
But did you go like base by base?
Kinda. Like it was just kind of like it was like
hand jobs
we're
first?
experimenting. We were just over the pants, dude. We're doing mostly over the pants.
A little dry humping first?
Yeah, dude. That was my fucking jam, dog. Yeah, fucking-
And were you like, I'm tired of coming in my underwear?
I'm like, I'm not coming anymore. I don't know what's happening with me. I think I'm losing my touch. Nah, it was just like I just got sick of losing, brother. That's what it really was.
What's sick of losing mean?
You know, hold on, I'm not doing
I don't even know what
nothing,
that means. What,
dude. 18 minutes? Yeah, you're right.
I take that back. I don't know what you mean.
No, I was tired of initiating and not happening, where I was like, today's the day. That's what I said.